IVM.
Hey everybody, welcome to another amazing week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Paytm Money, for supporting the network. Guys, you should definitely check out some of the content that we're doing recently, which is somewhat COVID related. Pavan's been doing an awesome job on the Pragati Podcast. All Thing Policy has also got a tremendous number of really great episodes about what's going on and the impact. We talk about this stuff on Cyrus Says, especially in the Cock and Bull episodes. On Advertising Instead, Varun's had a couple of episodes where he's spoken about the impact of this, as is Karthik on the Filter Coffee podcast. And across the network, definitely do check it out. I'm sure you'll enjoy yourself. And with that, let's get you to your show.
Hey guys, welcome to the Positively Unlimited podcast. In today's episode, I'm tackling F for FOMO. Yes, it's that hashtag which is very cool. It is on almost all our Instagram posts, and for many of us, it's almost a syndrome, quite like anxiety. It's like an issue that we are constantly battling. Some of us think it's cool to keep saying I have FOMO, or to keep choosing from a space of FOMO. But what we are not realizing is somewhere this one little hashtag seems to be justifying our restlessness and dissatisfaction with life. So I'm hoping that today I can give you a counter to it. A counter that's not just a perspective, but also a tool to use. Now, personally, I believe that we experience this fear of missing out because of, one of two reasons. One is that we want everything at once. We want to experience everything. We want to be everywhere at the same time. We want to be doing everything in one go. And the second reason is we have no clarity of what we actually want. Well, having no clarity of what we actually want also comes with its own caveat. FOMO may also be about actually fitting in. So if you are missing out, then you are not fitting in somewhere or with something or with some people. Maybe you want to rewind this little bit and listen to all the reasons all over again. Take a moment, and if you have that sense of, that is what is going on, then do DM me on Instagram. My handle is PositivityAngel. I'd love to know how these perspectives click with you or resonate with you. But coming to countering this feeling of constantly missing out on something, constantly losing out on something. That's what it's become almost right now. It's not just fear of missing out. It's fear of losing out. It's not like we are missing the fun, but we are losing out on memories or great times. It's literally like that. But like I said, the two reasons why it is happening is one, because we want everything at once. And two, is that we don't have clarity of what we want. So here's what I want you to think about. Or rather, here's the perspective that I want you to sit with. And this is a perspective that I've shared on my Instagram stories in the series that I do called Truth Bombs. Some of you may have read it. If you haven't, then every now and then there are these hard-hitting, straightforward perspectives that I put out on my Insta stories. And one of them is that we cannot get everything at once. We cannot have it all at once. You can experience everything that you want to, but it'll possibly be little bit at a time. Now, let me give you a simple example. If I kept a 2 kg cake in front of you, your favorite flavor, how much of it would you eat in one go? 2 pieces? 3 pieces? Well, someone out there who really has a sweet tooth like my dad does, you might have half the cake as well. But not beyond that. So just like you cut pieces of that cake and enjoy it and indulge in it, You have to enjoy and indulge in pieces of life. When you are tapping into, or when you are giving into that sense of fear of missing out, what you are doing is, well, literally shoving your face in that 2 kg cake. And that is not fun. If anything, that just feels horrible. The second aspect, which is about not having clarity of thoughts or not having clarity of desires. Well, that's where the counter to FOMO lies for me. If I know what I want to experience, then I also have a fair idea of what I don't want to experience. And for most of us, we clearly know what we don't want to experience, more than what we want. Okay, but knowing this, want and don't want, it allows me to then choose what I am missing out on. And because I am choosing consciously to give something a miss, I have no fear of being left out or of losing out. Yes, you can ask me, but how do you have clarity of whether what you choose to miss out is good or bad or right or wrong? Well, my friend, there is no right or wrong in this scenario. It's just about what you are saying is important and what you want to experience versus what you're saying is not as important or is not something you want to experience. And then being able to say no. That brings me to a third angle that comes up with FOMO. When you give into FOMO, you are incapable of saying no, even to those things that don't matter or you don't want to do. And in that scenario, you may find yourself getting stuck in situations where you would rather not be. So think about what you are doing to yourself when you give in to FOMO. And every time you say, oh, I'm missing out, follow it up with this one question. Missing out on what? Answer that in a single sentence and then ask yourself this. How bad is it if I miss out on this? On a scale of 1 to 10, how badly will it affect my day, my mood, my life if I miss out on this? Also, if you come up with an answer that says, what if I never get this chance again? Then there are two ways of countering that. One is ask yourself, how can you be so sure and say never? And two is, so what if you never get this chance again? What will you miss out on? In one sentence, push yourself to spell out what is the big deal. Before I sign off today, I want to also bring to everyone's notice, and especially because we are in lockdown state and because social media is playing a very big part in all of our lives right now. It's playing a big part because it's allowing us to stay connected to each other in, very beautiful ways. Whether it is by sharing posts, by consuming posts that people, your loved ones are putting out, by commenting, by liking, so by engaging in them, but also all these Insta lives that are happening, which have so much of interesting information out there, classes that are being done for free, interesting topics that are being spoken about for free, conversations that are happening that are keeping us intellectually stimulated, emotionally grounded, that are making us feel like we have company. Well, be very careful to not fall into the trap of FOMO when it comes to social media. If you don't feel like posting, it is absolutely okay. If you don't feel like doing an Insta live, it is absolutely okay. In fact, one of the things that I do want to say here, just because every single person you know is doing an Insta live does not mean you need to be doing it as well. And the reason why I say this is because ask yourself what purpose it serves. When you want to counter FOMO, one is to know what you want, and two is to know the purpose of it. What purpose does that action or that desire serve? So by doing Insta Live, what is it going to do for you? Now, let me give you an example here, because a lot of people are thinking of using Insta Live to keep their work going. And well, a lot of people are thinking that it can help them with their workspace. But you want to think about this. Not everyone is comfortable doing an Insta Live or putting themselves out there in front of the camera in that manner, or even in front of the world, because social media literally is such a big aspect of our world right now. And if that person is you, then don't push yourself. You're not missing out on an opportunity. Insta Live is not an opportunity. Posting on social media doesn't necessarily have to be an opportunity. Think about different ways of developing content if you think that it can help you with your workspace. So think about video posts which are pre-recorded and hence you have control over editing it. Think about audio posts. Think about blogs, writing it out. Think about doing a bunch of Insta stories and a bunch of posts on your feed rather than doing an Insta Live, if all of those feel more comfortable. And for a lot of us who are out there constantly on social media, because it's just how we've been for so long, if there are days where you don't feel like putting something out because you're not up for it, don't put anything out. One of the big issues with social media is authenticity. We fight the notion of inauthentic content every day by saying that, oh, people post these things on Instagram and their life looks so beautiful, whereas mine isn't good enough. It became a judgment space because of inauthentic content. So don't be one of those people who is creating that anyway. You know, one of the things that I faced at the beginning of this lockdown, and it was very interesting, was I looked at everyone in lockdown posting pictures of breads being baked and cake being baked, and everyone was going all out with it. And they were these fabulous pictures. In my head, I said, maybe I should bake a bread. But the moment I said it, another side of me said, but why? Do you even like baking? I mean, you're almost scared of the oven. So why do you want to bake bread? And that was all it took for me to get up and say, yeah, you know what? I'm not missing out on this because this particular thing does not matter to me. Have I baked bread in the lockdown? Yes, I have. Have I gotten over my fear of that oven? Yes, I have. But have I been posting those pictures online? No, I haven't. Because it doesn't serve any purpose to me to put it out there. I did it because I wanted to get over the issue that I have with the oven, the love-hate relationship that I have with that little tin box, so to say. And it served its purpose, and that is that. So think about these aspects and don't choose from a space of missing out. Choose from a space of what you want to experience and with clarity of motive and reason why you want to experience it. When you make conscious choices like this, I promise you, you'll never again need #FOMO. So on that note, I'm signing off. You guys have a great week ahead. Make the most of this lockdown, even if that means resting and taking those naps, because this is the time when we can do it. Remember that all previous episodes are available on the IVM app and website. And if any of you have any comments, feedback to share with me, if you have a particular topic you would love for me to talk about, well, I'm on Instagram. My handle is Positivity Angel. DM me because I love hearing from you guys. When I get a message saying that these episodes are helping you make the shifts that you want to make in your life, well, honestly, you make my day. So thank you very, very much for tuning in week after week. And one last thing, the Positive Action Journal is on sale now. Well, it is the reason why this podcast happened, and it is the original idea of the A to Z of Positive Action. The first 26 episodes of this podcast are in that book. Well, I've expanded on it, and the exercises are deeper, stronger, and fuller. So if you would like to order a copy of the Positive Action Journal, well, head to my Instagram bio and you can place your order. All orders will be shipped only after this lockdown ends. And I will catch you again next Monday.
Beta, did you know 79% of all scientists in NASA are Indian only?
देखो, इंडिया में टैक्स सिर्फ मिडिल क्लास भरती है. Everyone is just enjoying free यार.
आजकल के youngsters are only interested in partying and enjoying. उनको देश की पड़ी ही नहीं है.
बेटा तुम बस शादी कर लो, उसके बाद तो you can enjoy life like anything.
I will tell you what this country needs. This country needs 15 years of dictatorship. That is the only way to become a superpower. See the Chinese, how much they've progressed.
सुनो, तुमने ये WhatsApp forward देखा?
So what's common between all of these statements?
They're all absolutely rubbish.
Fake WhatsApp forwards that spread like wildfire.
And statements that defy any logic.
We are here to debunk them all.
Way of family WhatsApp groups, worst nightmare. Where what happens when you read a book.
Basically, we're just a bunch of guys who want to cut through the bullshit of everyone saying this, how it won't be true.
So that the next time someone confidently squeezes out some WhatsApp or Twitter BS, you can look them dead in the eye and go, Uncle, please sit.
So join me, Joel,
And me, Tushar.
every Mondays for a fresh new episode of Uncle, Please Sit.
Entertainment is like food for the brain. It's a window to culture and a great way to understand the world around us. The internet has changed what it means to be an entertainer, creating new storytellers with millions of fans. It has spawned a new breed, the story sellers, those behind the scenes creating the business for this ecosystem. They work with brands, platforms and channels who are keen to capitalize on an audience hungrier than ever for more stories. I'm Vineet Kanabar, and I have a ringside view to how stories are told and sold. On my show, I bring you creators, artists, executives, and marketers for a freewheeling conversation around the business of entertainment. Tune in to Storytellers and Story Sellers for personal stories, analysis, and criticism every Thursdays as I talk to the brightest minds telling or selling great stories today.